Welcome to another slow splits class. So this class you can do on the days when you're not doing your active flexibility training for your splits. So basically it involves mostly slow, relaxed stretches, some dynamic warm-up. But I also recommend doing maybe 5 minutes of some cardio, maybe some dancing, maybe skipping the ropes, stuff like that, just to bring your body temperature up a little bit more. It's fine if you're doing after your workout as well. And for this one you will need 2 yoga blocks, a strap, also some padding for your back knee. I have a cushion here. You also can have a stool or a chair instead of the blocks, or you can have combination of both, which I like the most for these kind of slow, long stretches. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to begin on our hands and knees with few cat-cows, arching and rounding the spine. So here we're just remembering about our anterior and posterior pelvic tilt, which is really important for our splits. Very good. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Let's sit back onto your heels. From here, we're gonna interlace your hands, reach your hands, open up, maybe look up, exhale, round, and again, and round. Few more. And release. So I want to explain a little bit more why I wanted to add these kind of movement into our splits training. You may think it's nothing to do with our legs, but sometimes when we have restrictions in our lower body, in our hips, the problem could be somewhere in upper body, up the chain. Okay, if this part is restricted, it travels down like a chain reaction elsewhere into your body. Okay, nothing works in isolation. Body is working as a whole unit. So if we're not addressing one part, we might have a problems in different parts, and especially that in a split. Okay, in our split, we are nice and lifted. Okay, so our chest is lifted. So we want this kind of situation happening here. Okay, so that's one of the reasons. If you feel restriction in your upper body, include stretches like this, maybe low lunge or any other type of back bend where you're strengthening the back muscles as well. Okay, let's continue on. Bringing your hands down and rolling up onto your feet. Walk your hands back, round the spine. Your head will come up last. Really slow, bend your knees if you need to. Hands are heavy and roll up. From here, we're gonna hinge from the hips. So again, anterior, posterior pelvic tilt. Anterior, rotate your pelvis and your spine stays long. Slight bend in your knees if you need to, otherwise straight. And once you feel enough stretch, bend your knees and roll up. Chin to the chest. Let's do 2 more. And roll up like a body wave. Last one. And roll up. Tucking your pelvis as you standing up. Okay, from here let's come onto our backs. Bring the block underneath you. Okay, like so, under your sacrum. Okay, not under your lower back, under your sacrum. We're going to extend right leg towards the sky and pointing and flexing your foot. Just like so. Maybe doing some circles Okay, let's lower down, straight leg, and lift. 5 more. 3, 2, and last one. If you don't have a block, don't worry, you still can do the same exercise on the ground. Other leg, pointing and flexing, maybe some circles. And when you're ready, lower down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. And let's come back to the right leg. Take the right knee in towards the chest as much as you can. And we're going to extend left leg long, okay? If I'm keeping my knee completely straight and I'm still very tight, so your leg might hover off the ground. If you're a little bit more flexible, might be even to touch the heel to the ground. What we're trying to avoiding this. Okay, so if you hear, you're gonna tell me, I don't feel any stretch in my left hip flexor. Well, you need to straighten the knee. Knee is pointing up and your foot is pointing up towards the ceiling. Okay, either flexed or pointed, but it's facing up. And then you might feel the stretch in a left hip flexor. And if you don't, bring the block even higher, okay? So experimenting here, making sure always stable. Okay, a couple more breaths. And let's switch sides. Left knee in, straighten the leg, and allow to touch the ground if it touches the ground. See what's happening here. If I bring my knee closer towards, my heel is lifting, okay? That just means I still have room to stretch my hip flexors. And release it down. Beautiful. Keep the block underneath you. We're gonna press into the heels for hip extension, glute bridges, and down. We'll do 8 in total. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remove the block from underneath you. And we're going to grab our strap for passive hamstring stretch. Let's start with the right leg. You can choose any leg. Okay, I started with the right, so I'm gonna continue with the right. Okay, so the same as before. I'm gonna hold my strap. Okay, trying to hold it lower, allow me to relax and straightening the back leg. And again, we're not opening like that to the side. Internally rotate the foot. The thigh. The knee is up, the toes are up. So our feet are in line with our hip bone. Okay, everything is nice and like a train track. Okay, we're gonna hold this one for a minute or so. I'm gonna get my timer. And before I get my timer ready here, I'm gonna show you other variation which really helps to relax in this stretch. So my strap is looped like that. Okay, so you can find in some sport shops. And what I'm going to do, so you will need to adjust the length for yourself, okay? Mine is already adjusted. I'm gonna bring my belt behind my armpits, like behind my back and under my armpits, okay? I'm gonna lower down. I know it might look funny, but it's really nice. Okay, then I'm gonna take my foot into the strap, okay? And extending the other leg straight. We're gonna pause here and hold our stretch, okay, for 1 minute. We're still paying attention to our alignment, but really we're just trying to relax. And let's say you start feeling that you don't have enough, like much stretch anymore. You can tighten the loop a little bit, okay? Okay, but keep the leg straight, keep the leg straight. You can even close your eyes. And bend the knee and relax. Okay, let's do the same on other side. So we can use original setup with a strap, or you can continue with this setup. And again, both legs might feel very different. You can start with a bent leg and then slowly dragging the heel away, keeping the good alignment. And just relaxing here. I need a little bit more on this leg. Deep breath into your nose. Exhale. There's one nice breathing pattern I could share with you. I like to double inhale and then big slow exhale out. So it's gonna look like this. We take an inhale, pause, inhale again, exhale. Okay, so we double inhale, inhale, pause, inhale again, to the top, exhale. This really helped me to relax at the beginning when I started my splits training. Okay, have 5 seconds more. And slowly relax it down. You can pause the video and do one more round each leg. If you feel like you want to work your hamstrings a little bit longer. Otherwise, let's swing your legs behind and come into your lunge situation. Okay, so for this one I recommend the blocks. Any setting it works for you. Let's step the left foot forward. And I'm going to have my blocks either side. Now my knee is stacked over your ankle and everything is tracking, okay? Knee tracking over your toes. And I'm going to lift my back knee off the floor. Okay, press into the blocks. Stay lifted. And let's hold here for 10-15 seconds. Okay, so knee as straight as possible. Think of sending the heel back. Hips staying low. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the back knee down. I want to use the cushion for this part. Okay, back knee down, untuck your toes. And again, other alignment cue. Oh no, I'm sorry about so many alignment cues, but this is really important. Make sure your foot is right behind your knee, okay, or behind your hips, so it's not opening. Like, so your hip is, if my foot sickles back to the side, my hip is already open if I'm in my lunge, okay? So everything is a nice straight line. Okay, you can tuck your toes to check first. So you want your pinky toe tucked as well, okay? Not only your big toe. And my hip bones are facing forward, my chest is forward. I'm gonna take my blocks by my side and staying nice and upright. As we talked at the beginning, your chest nice and proud. If that's really difficult, you can use the stool like this and hands in front of you. That could be a chair as well. And let's hold 10 more seconds. Avoid leaning forward. Okay, this variation is all about staying nice and stacked. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's shift back to your hips. And coming into the pyramid pose, we're moving things to the side. Okay, again, hips are facing forward in line with my toes. Legs are straight, and I'm gonna hinge from the hips. Okay, no rounding to go down, hinging. Anterior pelvic tilt, like if you're doing cat-cow. And again, if you're using your stool, you may just end up here, okay? Check your hips, now opening to the side, left hip back. You can also use the blocks. Nice long spine. Wherever you are. Deep breaths. Kneecap is pulled up, quads engaged. And slowly coming up. Let's come back onto your knees. Okay, let's do other side. Right leg is forward. My blocks either side of my foot. Knee is stacking. I'm tucking my toes and straightening the back knee, sending my heel away. Okay, press into the blocks. Stay lifted. And again, the back leg is internally rotated. Okay, so outer hip is down. Okay, not like this. Knee is straight down. Very good. And slowly release it down. Grab your cushion. For a second lunge variation, untuck your toes and staying upright. Okay, Okay, chest is proud. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's shift your hips back. Come into the pyramid. Whatever pyramid you want, with a stool, with the blocks. Okay, nice strong legs, arching. Feeling the stretch in the front, hamstring, and just hold here. If this is your flexible side, you want to go deeper, I advise you to go not down, okay? That's okay too, but I want you to try something else. Go forward with your blocks. So chest is aiming forward, and your belly button towards the thighs. Always adjusting, depending on the day, the depth of the pose without compromising the alignment. Lower belly draws in. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Shake it out if you need to. Maybe bending and straightening one knee at a time. Let's continue on, and we're going to add the quad stretch in our lunge variation. So have your cushion ready. Let's come into your lunge. Okay, so maybe blocks either side or inside. So what I want you to do, I want you to try actively bend the back leg as far as you can go and release. So make sure when you're bending the leg, your hips is not going back like this. If it's going back like this, you're going too far, okay? Hips staying where they are. Let's do 2 more. Okay, now let's see if we can grab the foot for quad stretch. The same side, the same arm and the same leg. Or you can grab it opposite foot, opposite arm. Bring the heel closer. And again, there's no changes in the hips. Sometimes I see people doing this. Okay, just to bring the heel closer to the bum. Okay, avoid that. Okay, that doesn't do anything for our splits. Okay, hips staying low. If you can't reach the foot, just stay actively or use the strap as an extension of your arm. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down, shifting into the half split. Again, use your blocks or even a stool. Nice spine and long, anterior pelvic tilt, flexing or pointing your foot, and just holding here. If you want to go lower, bring your blocks away from you, or maybe using a stool like that. It's also really nice. And coming back, Beautiful work, guys. Rebend and straighten. And let's do other side. Okay, so lunge position. Blocks either side, knees are stacking, and we're gonna try untuck your toes and then bring the heel to the bone. And down. And again, just noticing how it feels. And on the last one, you either hold or grab the foot from the opposite side or the same side. Having other arm on your block, other hand rather. Couple deep breaths here. And release. Come into your half split, long spine, keeping everything nice and long. Pointing or flexing your foot. Again, not opening to the side. Your hips are square. As much as possible, you know, we're not going to measure here anything by centimeter, but just having awareness. When is it opening and when is it square? Very good. Let's do 10 seconds more. And rebend to relax. Good work, everyone. And let's move on. Our next stretch is going to be pigeon. And then we're gonna go into actual split. Okay, so I want you to bring the left knee forward, outside your behind your left wrist. And then I'm gonna square up my hips by tucking the back toes. You can use the cushion here if you're still elevated. And let's use the stool or the blocks in front of you just to stay lifted. Okay, we're stretching the hip flexor here and the glute on other side. Or maybe you here. Untuck your toes once you find nice alignment and just breathe. Couple more deep breaths. You're doing amazing. Very good. Let's come back. You can use the fingertips to come back. And we're going to the split on our left side. I'm definitely gonna use the cushion. Today my knee is quite sensitive, okay? And also you can use a cushion for the heel as well. The more comfort in these long stretches, the better. Okay, let's come a little bit more forward that I could slide. And again, my hips are nice and forward, so I prioritize a good alignment over depth of the pose. And I can slide down. Okay, we're not here. We back here, chest is lifted. Okay, slowly lowering down. The other really nice use of the stool is probably quite obvious. Okay, just like this, your front leg going through under. It's really nice, helps you to relax, just hanging here. Okay, let's hold this for 1 minute. Depending where you are, you want maybe to use the block underneath as well. Like, I don't feel anything here, so I'm gonna remove my block. But you're definitely welcome to use the block under your thigh. Beautiful. I'm sure any conventional chair would work here as well. But I'm just using my piano stool. We have 10 seconds more. And squeeze your inner thighs. You can press into the chair, the stool, or the blocks, wherever you're using, to come back. Very nice. And we're coming into the other side for our pigeon. So right knee behind my right wrist, and I'm staying nice and upright. Or the blocks, either is working fine. Nearly there. One more deep breath. And coming back. Splits on either side. My cushion under your knee and grabbing your props. You can see how much I like my props. And I also recommend to everybody, okay, don't feel like it's a crutch. It's actually so helpful to help you to just hold the stretches for longer, and also in a good alignment. So sliding just to feel that nice stretch and hold. The back knee is facing down. As you see, I'm not really forcing my body to go down all the way, especially in the first round. Okay, maybe second and third round, you'll be much closer to the ground. So that would happen to me if I did second round on each leg. But I'm not forcing anything. I'm just allowing the gravity to do the work. Just being mindful what's happening in my body. Okay, 5 more seconds. And slowly coming back. Beautiful. So from here you can repeat your split holds one more time for a minute each leg. Or you can finish with me. We're going to come on our backs. And just draw both knees in towards the chest, crossing right over your left. And take a twist. Shoulders are down. Taking a moment to appreciate our bodies and also appreciate yourself for all the effort you put into your training. And let's take it to other side. Slowly coming back, rock and roll to seat, and let's come forward. This is it for today. I just want to say very well done for continuing on your flexibility journey, in particular in this splits program. I just want you to know that it might take quite some time for your body to adapt and adjust into these new ranges of motion. Also, it takes longer just for the reason that we need to give time to recover. So there will be days that you're not going to train. But if you stay consistent and pay attention to your alignment using different techniques throughout the week in your training, your body will adapt and you will have your splits not when you're ready, but when your body is ready, okay? It's gonna let go of the tension, increase the range of motion when it feels safe to do so, okay? So continue on your training and most importantly, enjoy. I'll see you in the next video.